Hello Intertubers and welcome to another How to Play Frontier. This one is going to be about advanced military missions. As you can see here, I am a Baron. That's the 6th rank in the Imperial Navy, or maybe the 5th if we don't count Surf. And I've got to this rank mostly by doing endless delivery missions between Fascis and Viquest. Because it's the fastest way, basically. And I've done a lot of them. I have the ranks here. In the Empire, you can be, outside it doesn't count, you can be a Surf Master and a Baron. And to be a Baron, you need 1,296 promotion points. How do you get those? Well, various ways, but what I did was delivery missions, and I must have done 648 of them. And that will explain why the current date is December 3205. That's about 5 years after we, I think after the last How to Play Frontier with this character. So yeah, it takes a long time, and if people want to edit their save files, I really can't blame them at all, because it's boring. I've done the boring stuff off screen, but why do games even have boring stuff? They're supposed to be fun. Anyway, now that the boring stuff has been done, here we now have the interesting stuff, which is all these missions you can do. So I'll briefly cover the old ones. When you start out in the Navy, all you can do is missions like this: deliver a message, get paid not much. And once you get promoted to 2nd rank, you get more exciting delivery missions, like deliver superconducting wire. You get paid 500, and if you get promoted again, you get really exciting stuff like deliver high command communications. You can tell that's important because capital letters, and you get paid more. And you also, I think for the first exciting delivery, you get the Crimson Brassard. For the first very exciting delivery, you get the Black Polygon Medal. Anyway, once you get to rank 4, you actually start to get missions that aren't delivery missions, like assassinate a double-crossing spy in the Sol system. I think we'll do one of those. So one thing I do appreciate, normally these assassination missions, they're just very circumspect. They have things saying removal required. Yeah, well, the military doesn't indulge in any of that nonsense. They just say assassinate. This one looks reasonable. The military assassination missions are mostly the same as the normal ones. I think the main difference is, well, one of them is you can probably get more money doing exactly the same job in the private sector. The other one is they're slightly restricted. Like the victim will always be somewhere in the Federation, and they will always be flying a sort of stereotypical Federation ship. Like, they won't be flying an Imperial Courier, for example. So this guy's flying an Anaconda. Okay, fine. Whoa. They, I didn't know that. They actually paid me at half in advance. That's definitely a vote of confidence, considering how much of an arse assassination missions are. So, here's the target planet, way over here. Most sensible, I think, to go via Axios. Can I trade much? Probably not. The trouble is, Fascis is agricultural, so is Axios. In fact, Axios is kind of obnoxiously self-sufficient. It's one of those places with an agricultural planet and an industrial planet. But I guess medicines, I'll turn a tiny profit. Buying medicines at 491. That's because it's the major export of this. Oops. It's the major export here, and I think it's not an import or an export here. Yeah. So I'll get something for trading that, but not a lot. although I don't think I really care, because all those 5 years that I've been endlessly doing these missions, I've also been trading. Consequently, I don't care hugely about money anymore. I have 2 million in the bank. Alright, let's go somewhere. Another terminal, wherever that is. Oh yeah, that's this wonderful navigation aid, which I forget this exists, because when I originally played this on the Amiga, it didn't. But it's a very nice quality of life upgrade, which I think is for the CD32 version of this game. I forget. Anyway. Alright, so bought at 491, sold at 560, that's something. But now, I think I should take the opportunity to turn this ship into something nasty. Now the Cobra, it's my preferred assassination ship. It may not be everybody's preferred assassination ship, because it's ludicrously fast, which helps reach the target and catch up to them in hyperspace. But there's maybe not quite as much space in here as I would like there to be. And I'm going to do something slightly extravagant, which is to fit the 30 megawatt mining laser, which weighs in at a massive 10 tons. And maybe fit the laser cooling booster as well. And that cuts into my space pretty hard. I now have only 21 tons of space for trading. And, you know, up to 9 of that could be fuel. So what's this place? This is a pretty standard industrial planet. Axios. Ooh, it does export luxury goods. That's probably the best option. So yeah, only 15. Like, you could also do this in a Constrictor. That would be maybe the best ship, or even an Asp. The trouble with the Asp, though, is that some assassination targets might actually outrun it. That is, outrun it in hyperspace. So, victim is in Newtown, so that's where we're going. This is a very annoying opponent of Falcon. The slight problem with the mining laser is it really is for shooting down bigger targets. So, I mean, it will certainly kill this thing in a single hit, but it heats up quite a lot. So yeah, here we have Cobra Mark III with a shield. And even that goes down in a single hit. Yes, the 13 megawatt mining laser is unsurprisingly 6 times as strong as the 5 megawatt one. It does have some irritating side effects like slow fire rate. But if you get good enough with it, you only need to fire it once anyway. Maybe this is the danger that the military recruiter guy was talking about. Yeah, very little chance of a jackpot there, especially as this stuff is actually for sale. So there's really not much else to do except to fill up on fuel. Like, I don't even know where I'm jumping to, so trading will be difficult. So time 1916, 28th December. And for assassination missions, it's really a bad idea to save. Right, and now let's find out if we really do have an assassination target or if the game's bugging out on us. Ha! There we go, he's launched. And appears to be flying in a weird direction. Can we launch? Nope. And there he is. Well, there's his cloud. 36 for YouTube. Due 3rd of January. So yeah, well, that's me, and that's him. Once again, there isn't really much to do here except wait. Ideally, not with my junk hanging out. Yeah, 800 tons, that's Anaconda's a fairly big ship. And what do we have here? Class 7 hyperdrive, okay, upgraded hyperdrive from the standard, but actually that's kind of a extreme upgrade. Class 7, I think class 5 might be standard on this ship. Anyway. Because we arrived first, it should be relatively easy to catch up with this guy. Just going to let the autopilot do the work. Boom. And return to Facis. Okay. So now, big question. Was the guy on board? Yes, he was. And I get a medal, a golden spike. Da, 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 da. So, this music's not going to stop, I'm just going to ignore it. So there's some other missions you can do as well, like photography missions. So these are, essentially you have to go to some place in Federation space and photograph a installation which probably shouldn't be there. How do I film the Special Forces base? We'll fit a camera, okay. So yeah, I now have a camera. I should actually want to do 2 of these missions if possible. Photograph listening station Wolf 359. But you can also do some seriously fun stuff like destroy an installation. So, how do I destroy something so large? I'll give you a missile with a nuclear warhead. Awesome. And I feel like I got to ask, can I use it on other targets? No, it won't detonate. And what danger will this mission put? It may be dangerous. Yeah, I'll do it. So, the advantage of these photograph and destroy missions is that these buildings aren't going to go anywhere, right? Maybe I will lose this and fit the 5 megawatt, but I'm going to keep the extra shield. That gives me exactly enough space to do 3 jumps. So let's go. First port of call is Ross 128. How do we get there? In 2 jumps, I think. Like, my ship has such a crazy range. And this is also why it helps a lot to have permits. I would be fined on entering this system if I did not have the Ross 128 permit. But since I do, it's all good. And I'm going to make another safety save. What is that? That, I think, is something that shouldn't be there. I also think it's probably on the wrong side of the planet. So I'm not sure how much I trust the autopilot, but I did leave a safety save, so let's see what happens. Okay, moral of this story, do not use the autopilot. It's going to make life fun. So I guess I'm just going to fly this way. Until this thing pops over the horizon. Alright. That's not showing up as done, okay. Metal alloys. Yep, they're launching and crashing into stuff. I mean, this is supposed to be difficult because they're supposed to have, you know... Alright, they're supposed to be launching swarms of fighters here. Done! Marvellous! Then I'm just going to get out of here. So next one, film listening station, Campbell's Claim, Wolf 359. Again, probably best, I think. If a starport exists, then I will take full advantage of the autopilot cheats. Okay. And I thought I was going to get away with that, but apparently not. Well, that's just very convenient because it lets me once again. Well, hardly seems worth the bother for refueling purposes. Okay then, launch. So can we find the planet? Yeah, that's pretty easy. So this time, see there's actually two methods for photographing. One is for just doing an okayish job, and the other is for doing a really good job. You have to get within 10 kilometers to get a good photograph, which is what I'm going to try here. And this also means that you are exposed to more danger. And yeah, that's my escape route, because the next job is at the land 25372. I think the autopilot's actually doing a pretty good job here. Like, the autopilot is bad if the target is on the other side of the planet. It will fly him into a planet. We saw that, but if it's actually on the side of the planet facing you, autopilot's not bad, although I will have to take over at some point. So yeah, you can see those ship names briefly appear. Briefly because they're launching and then crashing into the ground, which is... it's dumb. That's how the AI in this game works. I'm a little bit concerned about this. I might have to, at the very last minute, switch to manual control and point my ship in the sky. But we'll see. Actually, it looks like the autopilot's actually doing a decent job here. Because I will be kicked out of 2018, 17, 16. So yeah, manual control now, just thrust straight up. So there we get a good look at this place. It has big towers and it's launching stuff at me. Launching some really nasty ships at me, actually, with constrictors with high-powered lasers. You know what? I'm just going to bail. And if you want a tough fight, you can just get a ship that's stupidly tough and kind of tank the endless launching forever. Okay, so anyway, final mission. Not a photography mission, it's a bombing mission. Bomb Special Forces Base, Ashfield's Claim. Oopsie. Once again, I'm going to take advantage of the autopilot. Oh boy. Game just has to make things interesting. I kind of wish I still had my mining laser. That would blow this guy up in 2 shots. Oh well, if that's the only pirate I have to deal with, fine. So I have enough space left for 3 jump. This is actually a bit awkward. How to get back to Facis from here? It's kind of awkward, but I think the best option probably goes through via this star, Loyton 14541. The alternative would be here, Loyton 205, because that's kind of a bit out of the way. It's just awkward that there's a bit of a void of stars here, and the stars that are in the right direction are just that tiny little bit too far. This one though, this one will do. So, where's the planet? Always good to find a planet. Arrived in the vicinity of target. Yeah, I don't see, or maybe I do see. Ooh, how happy am I about this? I'm not. Let's see if that works. The missiles seems to be on track. And it's gone past it. Should have saved, should have saved. Oh no. Well, it kind of impacted the planet some distance away, but it seems to have created a crater anyway. And I could stay on and fight these guys. Maybe I'll go after the constrictor. Yeah, just to prove I can, really. So now, all I have to do is get back to Fassis in time to get paid. Yep, I made it with 3 days to spare. Now, let's hope this all works. Okay, medal, excellent, medal, well done, and they didn't say, but I think I got the 3rd medal there. So yes, Golden Spike is for Assassination, Platinum Cross is for a photo, Legion of Honor is for a good photo, and Celestial Warrior is for blowing something up. There is a nasty little bug, you might say, which is if your first photo mission is if you get a good photo in your first photo mission, then you can never receive the medal for an okay photo. Doesn't really matter because medals don't actually do anything, but there you go. So that, I suppose, is the high-level military missions. I have to say, it's annoying that it takes so long to get there, particularly because what you get at rank 4 assassination missions is something that you can already do and probably have already done. So you don't really get any new content in the military missions until you hit rank 5. And if I bring this back, rank 5 is going to take you 625, so that's 310 delivery missions. So you don't have to do it that way. It's 2 points for a delivery mission. Once you hit rank 4, you could start doing assassination missions, and I kind of recommend doing that for your own sanity, because endless delivery missions are boring, and at least an assassination or 2 would break things up. That's for the working for the Imperial Navy anyway. For the Federal Military, it's a little bit more awkward because there is no really good route like the Cease and Bequest that will get you loads and loads of delivery missions. So assassinations might be the way to go if you're working for the feds. I don't know. I mean, I'm not exactly an expert in that. I usually work for the Navy because it's so much easier. So yeah, there are also more ranks. Like, I am currently a Baron, and I guess after those missions I am going to be at like 1350 points. The thing is, these numbers on the right column, they're the fourth powers, and this gets kind of ridiculous. Like, is anyone ever going to do that? I mean, I've heard of save files out there, legitimate, non-edited save files, where people actually have done that. But I have to say, it's so much work. I'd say do as much or as little of the military missions as you want. Like, they're fun, particularly the bombing missions, because I love blowing shit up. But in terms of making money, they're not all that great. The kind of shit that can do these missions could probably make a little bit more money by trading. And certainly, by the time you can take on these missions, if you've done even the slightest bit of trading on the side, you'll have about as much money as I do, which means you can buy a way bigger ship. Like, well, biggest ship on offer on the Empire is the Imperial Trader, which, yeah. And I could afford that quite easily. Maybe I'll show you some of these other ships later. I know I still have some reviews to do, but well, I think that's the end of the military missions. So I hope that was entertaining or informative or something, and see ya.